Love is the solution. Love is the solution, baby. Love is the solution. Love is the solution, baby. Whoa, whoa. Here we are, sharing our hearts and our minds, lifting consciousness all the time. Here we are, sharing our hearts and our minds. We're lifting consciousness all the time. We're lifting consciousness all the time. Lifting consciousness.
Ladies and gentlemen of the congregation, put your hands together for the amazing and talented Reverend Doctors Patrick and Rita. CSL Kauai in the house. Aloha.
I was giving him a little rumba thing, and she was rushing all the way up here. Aloha, everyone.
Everybody, welcome.
There's some great energy in this room, Paul.
Oh my God.
Oh, Mary. Oh. So we have a whole bunch of stuff happening today, and I'm very happy. Just take a moment. So look back at that tech team back there. It is happening.
Beautiful young blood back there.
So we want to welcome all of you here, and we want to welcome everyone who's online right now. We know there's a lot of them because they let us know right before, right? But before we get started, we'd like to get a little centering in. What do you think, Paul? Good idea? So let's just take a moment to just ground ourselves and leave ourselves completely open at the top. To come here today to remember exactly who and what we are. And that is the essence of love. That is the essence of passion. That is the essence of, everything, seen and unseen. And I know that we were not coming here today by accident. We are on divine purpose. And I just know that this unfolds so beautifully, so easily, so filled with joy, filled with fun, filled with love, filled with good. And so with that, let's have at it, shall we? We just let it be, and so it is.
So it is. Opening song.
Opening song. I'm in that dance.
On the road of creation, we're rocking good vibrations. Love is the solution to the earthly complications. Blessed with opportunity to strengthen the community. Open up and you will see we're consecrating unity. Here we are,
Everybody.
we're sharing our hearts and our minds.
On the road of creation.
We're lifting consciousness all the time. Here we are, sharing our hearts and our minds.
On the road of creation.
Lifting consciousness all the time. We're lifting consciousness all the time. We're lifting consciousness. Together our culture's strong. Songs of freedom keeping on. Reflections of the light of dawn. Songs of love, so sing along. The melodies come from the sky, coming through to eye and eye. Show us how to live and why. We got to keep vibrations high. We're sharing our hearts and our minds. Consciousness all the time. Here we are, sharing our hearts and our minds. Lifting consciousness all the time. We're lifting consciousness all the time. We're lifting consciousness all the time. That's right, CSL Kauai. That's what we're doing.
That's how it's done, you two. You get us off our feet. Woo.
Thank you, Amy and Jeremy. Yay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Let's see, where are we? Welcome to everyone again. And why don't we read our vision statement together? All right? Ready?
You
Go.
ready? Awakening humanity to its magnificence by walking the bridge from duality to unity consciousness.
Thank you. That feels really good.
Did you see how I tried to get over on this side? Because she usually stands there and all of a sudden she's pushing me out of her way. We're a very open community here.
Habits. Go ahead.
So this month, is this the end of the month? Oh, no.
God, how did it happen?
Yeah. Well, this month is all about thrive. Who's been thriving this month? Who wants to thrive even more this month? Oh, look at that. Oh, that's the energy we're looking for. So we have a little, there's no way to thrive unless you make a decision to do that. So shall we do our little mantra together? I decide to thrive in 2025. I decide to thrive in 2025. One more time to the fifth dimension. I decide to thrive in 2025. Woo.
Beautiful. Thank you. Yay. Definitely. Definitely. A definite decision. So, so this is where we just say a little bit about the science of mind and spirit, which is what we practice here, one of the new thought philosophies that just expresses unity, oneness, and your inner power to express your life in any way you choose to express it. No matter what is happening in your life, you have the power to shift and change and grow and expand whatever it is in your life that it's done unto you as you believe. That's basically our whole philosophy in a nutshell. It's done unto you as you believe. It sounds like simple, and it is simple, but for me, the unsimple part of it could be the discipline it takes to really take the time with yourself and take the time with your consciousness to keep it disciplined, to think of the things that are the things that you truly want to live and truly want to believe about life. So it's all there, and I'm going to talk about it more in my talk. So I will turn the time over to you.
Don't you find it interesting that we have to work so hard at letting ourselves have it all? It's amazing, isn't it? It's all right there for us. Wow. Well, I see some faces
Can
that
I
I
ask you
have.
something?
What? I don't see.
Oh,
him.
he's
Do
not
you?
here. Oh.
Is Glenn
Oh,
around?
well. Is Glenn Head here?
He left?
Oh. Well,
You know what?
I can talk about
What-
him behind his back anyway.
Yes.
It's
So
all
why
good
don't
stuff.
right after we get these new people settled here. So who is here for the very first time? And the first time in here, right, Paul? We haven't seen Paul in a long time. And you're back there. We have a lot of, and there you go. Well, we know something about you, and we're about ready to tell the world. We're live streaming. They're going to know about you as well. You ready? All right. You are magnificent. Woo, you are magnificent. Did you know that? Yeah, well, good thing you came today so we could reassure you and let you know who you are. The reason we know that about you is because your friends told us. No, it is because we know that about ourselves. And what we are is just one big mirror in this world. Everywhere we walk, we see ourselves. So when we know that we are magnificent, we know that you are right out of the gate. You are magnificent. Does that feel good? Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Someone said to me one time, are you going to ever try another one? Are you going to ever try another mantra? You are stupendous, or you are... And I said, pretty much no. Because, why? Because sometimes we don't always feel magnificent. So when the entire planet feels magnificent, we'll switch it. How about that? You ready? Okay. So if you'd like to join me and put your hands on your heart if it feels good. And let's just claim this. I am magnificent. Oh, and since we are doctors of consciousness studies now, This is what we know about entanglement, that we are not alone with our magnificence. We are connected to everything, seen and unseen. So let's put a we in there, shall we? We are magnificent. Oh, and unlike Vegas, what happens at CSL Kauai, it doesn't stay at CSL Kauai, because we have a camera up there and there's people looking in right now. I see Sherry Teal, I see the stewards, I see a whole bunch of people
Linda
waiting.
Robbins, probably.
Who? Oh, Linda Robbins. Oh my gosh. They're all in that little camera. That is amazing. So let's let them know who they are. You are magnificent. Now, last direction. Look at somebody, left or right or wherever you want to go, and let them know who they are.
I'm going to do Glenn right now.
Huh?
I'm going to do Glenn.
Yeah.
I'm going to read it.
There we go.
Oh, thank
All
you.
right.
That's beautiful. So Glenn isn't here, but we started a tradition this
Everyone back to the
here.
front of, well, there we go.
We
Paul,
start-
you're only here for 15 minutes and already making, okay.
All right, so we started a tradition of doing a volunteer of the month. So it could take us a long time to get through all the volunteers, but our first volunteer of the month is Glenn Head, who was our January volunteer.
Who knows Glenn Head?
Yay. So when you
Yeah.
see him, thank you for his service. He is, I'm going to read it. He is a longtime Kauai resident who supports PAL, Permanently Affordable Living, as a board member there. They purchased land and placed it into a land trust so that it can be held for 7 generations and beyond. The homes they build are deed restricted, so they cannot be resold at market rate. He is also part of a collective dedicated to raising the vibration and frequency of our earth. Glenn adds positive energy and love into the frequency of CSL Kauai. He most recently has painted the youth area, oiled the slider on the door of the Rev's office, and also assisted another volunteer, Bob Lair, in setting up and tearing down the scaffolding for our artist Carol Watanabe, who had her mural to create and complete. He is also polishing the stainless steel in the kitchen area, a huge job. Glenn often acts as our collection steward on Sundays as well. When asked why he volunteers at CSL Kauai, he said, "I enjoy having a focus where I can make a small contribution that most of us take for granted, and improvement results that most all appreciate and only notice when something begins to look really bad or deteriorated. It looks new again, renewed." So thank you, Glenn.
So
When
I
you
know
watch
his
this-
wife is watching. He'll watch later. We're going to say yes to that.
Okay, so.
And that is wonderful that he, if this was Hollywood though, but it's not, we would have had an understudy for him. And we would have said playing the part of Glenn Head is, you know, Paul. No. All right.
So with that being said, we're going to invite Roseanne Jones up to do our quote and spiritual mind treatment. And the choir, do you want to come stand beside her so you don't have to stand behind her, so you don't have to shuffle up here after?
There we go.
And I guess, do you need this?
No.
No, because I'm taking it out of the way now.
Oh, you do.
All right, we'll take it out of the
We'll
way.
take it
when
away
you're
when
done.
Barbara,
Okay.
after. Roseanne Jones.
How are y'all doing since the new year has begun? It's good? Well, since we're in a new year month, it's customary that we take some time to review the past and begin this year with some fresh new ideas, plans, and insights about what we want to do. And do we easily settle in to those new habits, or the same old habits, or do we try to really get some new thoughts for this new year about what it's going to be? I know that many times the first couple of weeks of January I've been very gung-ho about having some new big plans and new ideas, but sometimes they fade away. And they may not appear the way we want them to appear. So it's natural for us to have concerns about the future in these times, and in every time, probably in history. Our daily worldwide news gives us stories of horrific fires and floods and earthquakes and ongoing wars and changes in government and changes in our perfect life. But what I do know is there is always hope, and there is always this thing called science of mind, religious science, that we can learn the skills to change our lives. So I want to start this with a quote from a very great anonymous thinker named Unknown. True change takes place in the imagination. So science of mind teaches us that we can replace old negative thoughts with positive ideas to change our lives. So if you want to just relax in your chairs and listen to some quotes from a 20th century world-renowned poet. And here we go. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too, except for CSL. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions, I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger, a brotherhood of man and women. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will live as one. Thank you, Mr. Lennon.
Which way the wind blows, this day is done. Breathe, breathe in the air, set your intentions, dream with care. Tomorrow is a new day for everyone. Brand new moon, brand new sun. So follow the sun. The direction of the birds, the direction of love. Breathe, breathe in the air. Cherish this moment. Cherish this breath. Tomorrow is a new day for everyone. Brand new moon, brand new sun. a heavy weight. When you feel this crazy society adding to the strain, take a stroll to the nearest waters and remember your place. Many moons have risen and fallen long, long before you came. So which way's the wind blowing? And what does your heart say? So follow, follow the sun. Which way the wind blows when this day is done. Tomorrow is a new day for everyone. Brand new moon, brand new sun. So follow, follow the sun. Which way the wind blows when this day is done. Breathe, breathe in the air. Set your intentions, dream with care. Set your intentions, dream with care.
Can you stay up for a minute? Can you, guys, can come? It's okay. You're the important one. Okay. First of all, Barbara is leaving us to, she is taking a job at KUCC to expand talent, and she's been with us for about 15 months now, I think, and she's helped us to begin to have a choir. So this is their last performance with her, but the choir will go on. But we want to thank her for the efforts she made. This is for you, and this is for you.
Thank you, Rita.
You're welcome. Susan. All right, thank you.
We love you, and we are so happy we get to have so much joy. She helped us to lift our voices together, and it was such a beautiful experience, and you will be missed. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, she's a diva today. Thank you, Barbara.
Thank you all.
Thank you, choir. All right. Your turn now. You want to give it a Tom? Kick him off the stage. Yay!
Oh, mahalo, Barbara.
Turn me off.
It's so nice to celebrate talent, celebrate people when they are just giving and, from their hearts and from their talent. Thank you. So today's title, which we never start with because we usually forget it after the week, but this week is called The Big Picture. Have you ever taken snapshots, though, of life? Ever taken a snapshot at life and then declared it truth? Declared it the whole picture? Why you guys all look so sheepish? Am I the only one that's ever done that? Do you know what I mean by that when I say take a snapshot of something? I was very passionate in the car this week talking to Rita, and it just reminded me that I was very, very clear about everything, and I'm thinking, and I thought to myself, if somebody was driving by right now, they would have many, many snapshots of Patrick. they would probably think, is he yelling at his wife, his girlfriend? What's he doing? He looks very, very serious. And we take those snapshots, right? And so I really got to think about that because this has been a wonderful week for me because we have this annual meeting after this service. And when you run a center, the annual meetings are always so much fun to get ready for. And you go through a lot of snapshots. It's like a photo album of the year, photo albums of times gone by. And it was really healthy for me to take this time, not just about the center, but about my life and about how many times my snapshots isolate me from people, events, places. Because what happens is the moment that I take the snapshot and call that truth, call that, and most of the time, I don't know about any of you, but most of the time I'm guessing. And it's very, very interesting. So what does that tie in with spirituality? I love this quote, if you only focus on the small details, you'll never see the big picture. And what does that mean? For me to see the big picture is to see the totality. And using this center as a good example, we have a really strong pulse, a finger on the pulse, because we're here and we've pretty much devoted a lot of years from our hearts and built this incredible community. But we have a pulse and we see the big picture, and sometimes we don't. People that just, like you're new today, right? Do you know the big picture of this building and everything? Probably Jeremy and Amy told you, right? Yeah, nothing, not all that. And so I'm thinking, how can I work this into my life? Because for me, daily, I work upon myself. Does that make sense? I work upon myself. And so the big picture, I came up with a word that really helps me, and that's curiosity. Curiosity for me opens up to a bigger picture, seeing beyond the snapshots and finding the big truth in what's going on in my life. And Spirit does see. That Spirit that runs through us, oh, does it see the big picture? It sees the big picture. And how I'm going to relate it is as a spiritual counselor and as a spiritual leader, when I am with someone, I don't want to take a snapshot of what I'm working with or dealing with, do I? I mean, if somebody comes in and they have a broken leg and they're in pain, I don't want to snap that shot of them. That's not my job. If someone's going through anything mentally in their lives, relationships, money's a big one sometimes, and prosperity, you don't really want me to take a picture of that. What I do is I look beyond that and I see the big picture of you. And that's a good thing, isn't it? I see you. We were at an event a couple days ago or whatever it was, and this person was going through some pain. And it didn't mean that I didn't see or feel the pain, but I allowed myself to just become this energy that you can utilize because I'm looking at you in your big picture. And it is beautiful and it's expansive. Does that make sense? You guys all look like dazed. What happened? What happened here? You guys look, wait a minute. Where's the punchline? But I really had an opportunity this week to really reflect on how many snapshots are taken and in an album, right? And you're looking at, can you imagine that all the snapshots that are in there are you, describing you, instead of looking at the totality of who you are? Do you know who you are? Yeah. Yeah, you do. And our snapshots in life are pretty good because we put on different costumes for different events and people and places and things, right? Going home to see the family. Hold on. All right, I'm home. I remember that, right? Going home to see my mom, and I'm like, I'm independent, I don't need anybody. Hi, Mom. Go ahead, and then I'm opening up the refrigerator first thing. Why? I don't even hungry, but I do. Does everyone remember opening up the refrigerator? Hi, Mom, how have you been? I have no idea what I'm looking at, but I always do this. And that's a picture that is taken. And it's interesting because we fulfill what people think of us at times. And it really takes an incredible amount of courage to stand in who we are and what we stand for. And as we go into a new year, and it was a new year at the center, a new year in our life, I think to myself, focusing on a single snapshot blinds us to the vastness of possibility. Let's land in that for a moment, shall we? Focusing on a single snapshot blinds us to the vastness of possibilities. Only by seeing the entire picture can we truly understand, decide, and grow. So I have decided that I'm going to limit not my snapshots, but limit the perspective and the interpretation I put behind those snapshots. And really understand when I go to, and not that I do it often, but when I go to judge someone by my snapshot, to realize there is so much more going on. When we're driving in the car, I told you before, there's some people that, you know, they're just driving crazy out there. I don't know if you know any of them, but they are. And I have a friend that I work very, very much on this idea of being in the car because he tells me how they won't respect him. Birds. They don't respect him because he gets in the car and they're in front of him and they go really slow. And then he snapshots it. They're probably retired and have nowhere to go. But I do. I'm trying to get to work. But you just go ahead and keep on driving slow. We have no idea what's going on in that car. You ever feel that? We come in here, if I took a snapshot, here was a great one. I was listening to a Mel Robbins podcast, and this is called Judgment Snapshots. So everybody's like, oh, Mel, what's she saying? They're all taking notes, you know, and they're like all excited. And there's this woman, and I couldn't get past her. She was like this. And I look at Rita, and I said, Rita, I hope they pan that woman again. Look at her. So everybody's laughing at her, and she's going. I go, she's angry. Can I ask you a question? How do I know she's angry? Because I took a snapshot of a face that wasn't acting like everybody else's face. It's such an eye-opener for me. It's like when I'm looking at all of you. I know what you're thinking. All the time. You don't think I do. But I'll snapshot you like you have not, you can't even believe. And I'll go home and say, look at Patty Ray. What is she thinking? No, don't you hate it when people put out your name? Yeah. But I will say something about Patty Ray just because I can. And because I'm going to go a bigger picture than what she brought Quanta some nice little food. And Quanta said, wrote you a letter too, didn't she? You didn't know that about our cat, our center cat. Can work a typewriter. Oh, I'm not at all old. But there's the picture, right? We don't know. So what I'm exploring and what I'm inviting us all to explore is this idea of seeing people beyond the snapshot. Really seeing them. It is so exciting, I cannot tell you. It creeps some people out. If I go, wow, I see you. And they go, why is he staring at me? You know, because I see this incredible, pure potentiality in each and every one of us. And that's why I come here. That's what this place is about. Did you know that? Did you know that people come here? I did my homework this week. People come here, and I was going to save it for the meeting, but I never can trust who's going to stay, so I'll just give you a little bit of this information here. Ernest Holmes, who's an absolute mystic, and if you look at his picture, doesn't look like anything's really happening. I mean, he's just kind of, looks kind of, you know, like stiff a little. But I'm going to tell you something. They came from miles around to listen to one of his lectures and two of his lectures. And they came in, and this is how the centers got started, by the way. They looked at a bigger picture, and he said, I don't want no church, man. I don't think he said man, though. I'm not sure. That's not really earnest. But he said, no, we don't want a church. It's because people came, and he wanted them to hear the message and take it back out into their life and use it. That was his whole purpose. To raise consciousness, so like your beautiful song, raise consciousness to the highest. And they said, okay, Ernest, that's true, but I go to this church over here, and then over here, and I don't like the dogma and everything with it. So we need a place where we can take this teaching and come together and talk about it, explore it. And do you see how, and he didn't want it, but they did it anyway, and that's fine. That's how, 1932, by the way, we've all been going. And so with that bigger picture, he saw a bigger picture that said we would be right where we are today, and we could do the good that we need to be doing. There's a lot of sound bites going on out there, my friends. And I will close with this, not on a political note. I'm going to tell you that this is a time, and whatever is going on in that moment, we know it's divinely guided, we know that it's protected, it is safe, and that everything is conspiring in the favor of this situation, whatever it is. What was I saying? Where was I before? What's that? Yes, but what was I going to close with is the whole thing. Who knows? But here's the deal. I'm going to close with, I just want to see if you were listening, but obviously I've made it very clear. Bigger picture, bigger picture. So I'm going to give you an invitation for this week to watch with your camera, I was going to say camera, but cell phone, and really see what we're looking at, what we're taking pictures of, and what we're buying. Ah, here it is. Oh, yes. Sound bites. Here's the thing that is incredible that I woke up with today. Everything that I hear right now, this is what I hear them ask. Are you sure? Are you sure? Is it the truth? And I have never, I'm 66 years old, and I want you to know that I have never been in a time in my life that we ask that question more than we are right now. And so what is interesting about it is, what is the truth? And for me, I better know what I believe in. This is if I ever had to do it, this is my time now, our time, to come in and say, what do I believe? What do I know to be true? Because everything that is snapshots and sound bites that are coming at me, I don't know if it is. And I used to tell people what I heard. I can't do that anymore. I can only tell you what my big picture is, and then I can look at you and say that I see yours. So, shall we? Shall we get to the big picture? Shall we get to these two beautiful people behind me to take us home? And just 1 second. Oh, do you see what I see? Now I'm going to go home tonight, and tonight we're just going to go through each picture, and I'll know what you were thinking. Okay, snapshot, snapshot, big picture, big picture. You ready, guys?
We're ready, yes.
Continuing on the theme of the beautiful elements that we have in this life. This song is a Jack Johnson song. Everybody's best friend, right? And it's called Constellations. We got to spend the night under the stars last night, looking at big, bright planets, stars, and satellites, and who knows what else we saw. And just love this song. Just like the stones they threw, their voices echoed across the waves. It's getting late, and it was just another night with the sunset and the moonrise, not so far behind, given just enough light to lay down underneath the stars. Listen to Papa's translations of the stories across the sky. We drew our own constellations. West winds often last too long. When they calm down, nothing ever feels the same. Sheltered under the Kaua'i tree, waiting for the passing rain. Clouds keep moving to uncover the sea. The stars above us chasing the day away to find the stories that we sometimes need. Listen close enough, all else fades away. And it was just another night with the sunset and the moonrise, not so far behind to give us just enough light to lay down underneath the stars. Listen to all the translations of the stories across the sky. We drew our own constellations. Mahalo.
That's okay. Yeah, it was. It was my inspiration coming down through the. Yeah, I feel like that today. This has been more than, I don't like to use the word interesting, it's been a week of reflection, because as we look at our center, and where it's come since 2013, sometimes we don't look at the big picture, and that's what I found myself doing. So when I went back, Loya, is Loya here? Yeah. She asked us for some pictures of our youth, because she's putting together this book, and we hadn't had a chance to do it, but I had a chance this week to start doing it, thanks to Marion Head. She took a lot of pictures of our youth. Thank you, Marion. I know you're watching. But as I was going through these pictures, other pictures were coming up, back to 2013, and I was seeing people who were still here, since 2013 on the mainland and here in this very center who were here in 2013 and 2014. And I looked at it, and then I got the opportunity to look at all the things that we had accomplished in those 13 years, and the fact that we were still here, and how sometimes I can lose sight of that. And I don't know about you in your life, but maybe I think it was Steve Jobs that said, you can't really understand your life. You can't put the pieces of your life together only by putting the pieces backwards, looking back. And that's what I did to realize that I'm here today, but I'd also lost sight of some of the things that were important to me, really important to me, because I'd gotten caught in the snapshots, or caught in what I thought I wasn't doing, or got caught in where I thought I hadn't grown, or any of those things. And I centered back in. Yesterday we had a beautiful workshop at our house, and it was so healing to me. And I know the people that came to it also had, various advances in consciousness from taking this workshop, but it was so healing to me because I really, truly realized why I originally came here and how important that is to me, because the science of mind and spirit changed my life. If you've read my book, you'll know what I'm talking about. I was an unconscious person until I found this, and I thought life did it to me, until I understood that I was behind the helm of my life, and I was the one that was creating this from past programs and things I've been told about myself and all of that, and becoming a victim in that. And the science of mind, from the first time I entered the doors, told me what was possible for me. It told me, Ernest Holmes and the different New Thought people told me who I truly was, and that I was responsible for all this. But it's not enough to just know that. You have to practice it. And I practiced it vigorously, and it wasn't easy to practice it, and I fell off a lot of times, and I still fall off sometimes. But I know how to go back to it and remember who and what I am, and that I am responsible. And I believe that, as Patrick was saying about this time period, we don't know what the truth is when we look out there. We don't know who's telling us the truth, who's doing the truth, if it's really true when we see a picture of something. We don't know any of that. So I don't know anywhere else to go but within here, and my alignment with my truth and divine intuition that flows through me to know what's true, because it's not out there. And that's what the science of mind gave me. It gave me that. It gave me that idea, and also gave me the tools to practice it. So what is the science of mind? Well, there's plenty of people and mystics that are alive now that are teaching the same exact thing. Come on, let's face it. It started back in the Greek times. It started with Jesus. It started where they kept telling us to go within, go within. The God is within you, the power is within you. You are God's, all of that. And then we didn't follow it for the most part as a species. We didn't follow it. We just kept looking without. So it's not something new that we're being taught right now, or I've been taught since the last, how many years have we been in this? 1998, however that is, I can't do math. But it's not new. But when you hear it, you recognize it as truth because it hits you right in your core. And that's what it did for me. And Ernest Holmes wrote many things, and he's not a guru for you that are here the first time. He's just a guy who was a scholar in that he studied everything. He studied Buddhism, Hinduism, Taoism. He studied everything, Christianity, all of this he studied, so that he could find the big picture behind all of that, and the big picture behind all of it was love. And go within. Well, not always go within, but love. Truly love. That was it. So he would say, I'm going to put together a philosophy. I'm not making it up. He never called it like a revelation. I'm going to put together a philosophy that people can use so they can express their highest life, which is coming from love. Love and law. And he said, life is a mirror and reflects back to the person what we put into it. It's a mirror. And for me, until I got that my life was a mirror for what I was thinking and what I was believing and what I was projecting out there and blaming it on other people, then when I got that, then I could go within and I could change how I thought about anything, and I could change the experience for myself. Not necessarily change, I couldn't change a person or something like that, but things would look different to me, and I would see the big picture behind it, because the universe, we're all connected in this universal energy, right? We all, maybe we don't all know this, but I know that we are connected in a field, a quantum field we call it, universal energy, spirit, whatever you want to call it, where it's working in our favor all the time, even when it doesn't look like it. It was working in my favor all the time, even when it didn't look like it, because it kept bringing me back to what do you really believe, Rita? Okay, why are you in this mess? Okay, I'm suffering right now. I'm like a mess, but okay, it's bringing me back to me, And finally, when I was ready, when I started to actually explore this idea that I am responsible for my life, things started to open up. Teachers came to me. Books fell off shelves. A person would say something to me, and it happens to me now too, because I have sometimes looked at little things and called them me, and they're not. They're me thinking about that thing in that way. And then somebody else would come up to me and go, Rita, do you know this, and this? And I went, wow, that person is reflecting back to me what I really feel about myself. So if I want it to be different, I have to feel different about myself. We're never going to get away from that. I really know that as a truth. And I've told this story before, but it was Greg Braden who said there was this Native American culture or something, I'm not sure. They had a drawing on a cave wall, and the native elder said some of the people were walking up, and they had heads, and there were other people in another line that were falling off an abyss with no heads. This was not chopped off heads. This was people who didn't know who they were. So the ones who knew that they were who they were, which is the power and presence of spirit, the power and presence of life itself, were walking up and spiraling upward, and the other people were lost, basically. But according to Ernest Holmes, and I do believe this, we're never lost, because life is eternal, and even if we're falling off the cliff, there is a way to get back on when we're ready. So yeah, what's the big picture to me? The universe has my back. I have a saying, it says, it's always conspiring in my favor, no matter what it looks like. My life is always unfolding perfectly, no matter what. And if I settle into that and just really live that and look at everything that comes my way from that point of view, then I can shift, I can change, and my life changes. And what I realized on Saturday when we were teaching this class and facilitating, I won't even say we were teaching it, everybody was sharing, I realized that's why I'm here. I'm here to help people. I'm here to help people to grow, to expand, to have better lives, to get rid of suffering. I know it has to be here sometimes, but no, there's ways out. So that's why I'm here. That's my mission, to express that, to teach that, to be that in my own life, to be an example. And I'm grateful that I know that. And sometimes I can forget that that's what it is. That's why I'm here. That's why this center is here, to expand people, to help them, to assist them to know who they are and to have the power to live their lives from that place. So another year is starting. Year 12. Where are we going? I think we're going up. Namaste. God says yes. God within, that is. What was that anyway? I don't even want to ask. Oh, go ahead.
It was just another night with the sunset and the moonrise, not so far behind, to give us just enough light to lay down underneath the stars. Listen to Mama's translations of the stories across the sky. We drew our own constellations. Big mahalo to Reverend Doctors Patrick and Rita for sharing the inspiration today.
We're so blessed with them. They've been with us how long?
The
I
beginning.
think since 2014 or 15. Yeah, long time, and they're
We
still
started in a hotel,
Way back when.
moved to a
So
professional
this is our
building.
time of giving back, of practicing the law of circulation, which is a part of my life all the time. I believe in the law of, I call it the law of tithing. People don't like that word, but I know for myself when, and Patrick, because we're a team, that I'm just saying because I don't want to speak for him, but, well, actually, we do know. We know that when we give, we don't have to worry anymore, because it's always going to happen. It's always, the universe always has my back. And so I know that, and it's not about like, oh, I'm going to get something. It's about a peace of mind that I have. And so thank you for what you give today, and I know it comes back
Thank you online
100-fold.
for all.
100-fold. In this center, well, we're going to talk about it in the meeting, but we are going forward, so we will need funds to do that. Okay. Yay. Thank you.
Abundance, living life in this abundance. So much good love in abundance, calling in the blessings of a new day, rise in abundance. I feel myself in this abundance, giving thanks for this abundance. Sweet sensations of a new day, rise in abundance, living life in this abundance. So much good love in abundance, calling in the blessings of a new day, rise in abundance. I feel myself in this abundance, giving thanks for this abundance, calling in the blessings of a new day, rise in abundance, living life in this abundance. So much good love in abundance, sweet sensations of a new day, rise in abundance, living life in this abundance, giving thanks for this abundance, calling in the blessings of a new day, rising.
So let's take a moment here to celebrate abundance, shall we?
Yes.
Abundance in everything, abundance in this basket, abundance from our heart, knowing that we can never outgive the universe, ever, ever, ever. So I am so grateful for the people online, the people in this room, the people, we're going to get to know soon, whoever you may be. We just say it is abundance. Say it with me, abundance. And so it is.
All right.
So it is.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. So we have a few announcements. I think we're up to that, right?
Yes.
I got to find them, though. Where are they? Oh, here they are. Okay.
There we go.
So it's birthday Sunday. Ooh.
Ooh.
We got to sing happy birthday, but don't let me forget, all right? So we're going to have some cake made by Leslie, I believe. And yeah, she's a good baker. She's an amazing baker, and she's always very generous about that. So we can have our cake outside, of course, but we ask
And eat it too?
we'd like to start the meeting. What time is it right now?
Well, by the time we
Can't
get
see.
out of here, so
Maureen, what time is it? 6 after 11. Oh, so
that's
we're
good.
early, so that's good. So we should be able to take 15 minutes to go have a piece of cake.
Go to the
Because it's all
restroom, do
cut, and go
whatever
to the
you need to
restroom,
do.
and then come back here. and because there'll be people waiting online to hear this too. So we'll do that, and our promise is.
No, yes. Actually, we reflected on years gone by, and we cut a whole bunch of stuff out of the meeting and just got to what we know you probably care about, and a lot of stuff that you don't. We cut it, and so our goal is to have an hour-long meeting. And that will all depend on questions and answers, because that's how we're ending it. But we really are promising to shoot for that hour.
Okay, and so my meditation is going on Facebook Live. It's every day at 6 a.m. and it's recorded, and it's just a way to start your day with a 15-minute meditation and inspiration.
And you can watch it anytime.
Yeah, you can watch it. It's on the CSL page. There'll be a meeting for whoever wants to be involved in the choir on February 6th here at 6 o'clock. I think it's 6.
Yes, it is.
Yes, okay. The food drive is still going on.
It's overflowing, by the way.
Yeah, thanks to
right?
Reverend Diane and Sue Buckley, who are over that. And we do our food drive all year long. We don't just wait for Christmas and Thanksgiving. Thanks to them for instigating that and implementing it. And then Yoga Flow is still happening with the beautiful Jeanette Blum on Tuesday mornings at 9. Yes, I'm working up to it, Jeanette. I've been doing chair yoga. I know I'm going to be ready for you soon. I have to get there. Okay, Come Contemplate is our healing circle. It entails music, meditation, and spiritual mind treatment with the practitioners. So it's a guided meditation with music. So please come and join us at 6 o'clock on Tuesday for that. And then the movie is this month, yeah. So, and the movie is The Mindfulness Movement. Has anybody seen it? Very good movie. I think it's fairly new.
But there are two things that are not on there that are very important.
Go for it.
Stream is doing his what? Dance of Universal Peace today.
This afternoon.
This afternoon at 4. And so, 3:45, that's right.
He likes to start on time. Okay,
that's
all
right.
3:45.
We're very good. If you were at the which you weren't, but some people were at that workshop yesterday. What time did we start? 9 o'clock. What time? 3 on the nose. We were pushing them out of the house. That's how accurate we believe in the time. And then there's one other announcement, Marilyn. So go ahead and stand up. Be proud. Know who you are. There you go. She just wrote a wonderful book.
About Mary Magdalene.
About Mary Magdalene, and she also does tours in France. And so she'll be back in the bookstore with any questions or to purchase it. But a good thing is on February 7th, at 6 o'clock, she'll be signing her books. What we're trying to do is our local authors, and members, we are trying, and not trying, but we are making sure that they get seen. There's a whole bunch of books. Her new book is there. My book is there.
Sue Buckley has books now in the bookstore. They were out for a while.
Exactly.
She's there to sign them.
Oh, that's right. So anyway, get back to the bookstore in your 15 minutes, and I think that's it for us, right?
You made me think of something else, but I don't think it's important. Okay.
So,
I'll say it
stream today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
And then this is birthdays. Oh, we don't have anyone for birthday sign up.
For next year, for this year.
For this year, so go back there, and now all that means is you just bring something sweet. Oh, of course he's here. Come up here real quick, because we have a... Glenn, come on.
Come here. I'm not going to read it again, but
yes,
here he is.
Run up. We're not reading it. They already know all about you.
Our volunteer of the month. There he is. That was for you.
Yes,
oh, no, you're kind.
Volunteer of the month. He does it, and guess what happens? We never even know what happens. That's the kind of volunteer he is. Thank you.
Thank you.
We love you, Glenn.
Okay. Anything else here,
all right,
Donna?
that's it. So birthday. Want to sing happy birthday?
Birthday.
Ready? Happy birthday first.
Happy birthday to you. Stand up.
Happy birthday
Stand up,
to
people.
you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Haoli la
Hana, haoli la hana, haoli haoli
do it. This is my favorite one.
All right, you guys, put your hands together like this. Yeah. Hey, birthday people, here you go. This is your birthday song. It isn't very long.
Hey!
All right,
My
let's
favorite.
take a moment.
Gratitude.
Just one more moment, guys. As we go into our annual meeting, I want to just bless us all for being here today and knowing that as we go out from here, whatever we're doing, if we're coming to the meeting, if we're going just to have a piece of cake and leaving, that we're all blessed and safe and sound and living our lives to the fullest. So thank you.
Thank you for everyone who
And thank you to everybody that served today.
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you.
All right, go for it.
All righty.
Here we go.
You ready?
Here's a Soul Good Family song.
You guys ready for one more song today?
One more
Yes,
song.
yes.
We can dance, right?
Yes.
We'll warm up for the Universal Dances of Peace later. Once again, thanks to Reverend, Doctors Rita and Patrick, and all of you guys. There's a song called I Know Who I Am. Singing and with dancing in the tenuous time, giving invigoration for your body and your mind. The motion of the ocean is so clandestine, but if you now go rock the boat, you know see the sea shine. Got to malama ay na in that this is prime time.
Aloha one another, this a reflection. Aloha one another, this a reflection.
I said aloha one another, this a reflection. The moment is the moment and the time is now. Take the time for your brother, kindness you got to show. Living in the city or down in the ghetto.
If you're a shark in the water or an eagle rainbow,
it is a reality that the wind is gonna blow. It is a
reality that the wind is gonna blow. It is a reality that the wind is gonna blow.
It is a reality that the wind is gonna blow. We are living in a high time, alive when the people
Waking up to realize if we keep sleeping, we'll never see the sunrise. If we keep sleeping, we'll never see the sunrise. 'Cause I know who I am. Who are you? To judge me, I won't judge you. I know who I am. I am you. I am reflecting love back to you.
So here we are now, standing firm
On this earthly plane,
See yourself in the beauty
of each passing day.
Who are you to judge me?
I won't judge you. I know who I am. I am you. I am reflecting love back to 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 you. 'Cause I know who I am. Who are you? To judge me, I won't judge you. I know who I am. I am you. I am reflecting love back to you. We love you, CSL Ohana. Have a beautiful day. Ahui ho.